Well, it's Saturday, and needless to say, I didn't get to go on my trip. It's raining, so I decided to work on the video some more, and I thought I'd add a little section on the interior of my car. So, as you know, I installed a burled walnut dashboard from Randy Keller at Prestige Autowood, and unfortunately, Randy's out of business now. But I was fortunate enough to get this before he quit, and I just love it. It fit like a glove. It almost looks, and it's actual wood, but it almost looks like it's fake. It's so good. But anyway, I love it, and I get a lot of compliments about it. And I'm just sorry that he's no longer in business. So anyway, moving on, you'll notice that my gauges are a little different. I had a problem with the temperature gauge when I was first putting the car together, and I wasn't sure if I had a temperature or a overheating problem or what. The car seemed to run okay, but the gauge was just always read real high. And I used one of those infrared thermometers to check the water temperature, and it was the gauge that was off. So I decided to kind of take the step to just go mechanical. So I found this gauge, Smith's gauge, that has it's a mechanical water temperature and a mechanical oil pressure gauge, and put that in this upper left corner, and that gave me an opening for another gauge. So I decided to, since I had a Restorations aluminum oil pan, those come with a bung in the side to where you can install a temperature gauge. So I found a oil temperature gauge that's the same diameter, 52 millimeters, as all the other gauges, and has a fairly similar bezel design. So, I mean, just looking at it, glancing at it, you can't really notice a difference. And the only thing I don't like about it is I couldn't find one that's in Fahrenheit. And this one's in centigrade, and it goes to 140 degrees, which is, I don't know what that is, like 400 degrees or 500 degrees or something. And it would have been nice to have one that was in Fahrenheit and had a range of, say, I don't know, 40 degrees to 350 or something, because it runs at about 50 or 60 degrees centigrade when the engine's warmed up, depending on what time of the year. If it's real hot out, of course it's hotter, but it'd have been nice. But tomato. So anyway, the other gauge, since I have an alternator, I put a Delco 60 amp alternator on the car, and so it made more sense to have a voltmeter than an amp meter. So I put that in there, and it works pretty good. And then moving down here, I have a radio in the car. It's a Retro Sound Model 2 radio that I got from, where did I get that thing? I got it from Jegs. Moss Motors was selling them for $400, I think, over $400, or right around $400. And I went on Jegs' website, and they were selling the very same radio for $179. I couldn't believe it. So I bought one, and I love it. It's got a Bluetooth capability, so I can play music from my phone on it, and it's nice for long trips. I don't use it a whole lot around town because, like Chef Tush, I like to hear the motor, but it's nice to have music too. So then down below that, here are I installed seat heaters that I bought from Moss Motors, and they work really well. I have a control for each side, and the way they work is, I turn the key on here. If you flip it up, it goes red to show you that it's the high side, and then if you flip it down, it goes low to green, so that's on the low side. And there you can see the radio. It's waiting for my phone to turn on. Okay, another thing I might want to mention is the actual dash support itself. I was looking to see if I could get an original style vinyl covered dash support, and I couldn't. If anybody's tried to look for one of those, you know what it's like finding unicorn hair or something to find somebody that can actually do that. So what I did on mine is I stripped off all the foam and the vinyl and everything, and I used a body filler to kind of radius all these edges here so they're nice smooth radiuses, and then I just painted it with black wrinkle paint, and I think it looks great. I haven't had any problems with it. And it's a nice finish, I think. And then I just got a couple of chrome Allen head, button head screws to kind of dress up that. And then I don't know if you can. That's too dark in here. But underneath over here, I have the is where I mounted the advanced auto wire power block for all the wiring. So that's it. Other than the seats themselves, like I said before, I'm going to try to put together a video of just how I went through doing this, and I just like these seats. I mean, they're comfortable, and just the smell of leather is kind of cool too. And I haven't. It hasn't been hot enough here for me to I guess I'm probably going to have to bring a towel along just to put underneath the seat so I can sit in the thing if it gets real hot. But so far so good. But anyway, that's the interior, and I guess I can finish up my video now.